Lantern runner, mind the cobbles. Fear trips feet that hurry, but it bows to a good joke. It is All Hallows Eve, 1801. Our town sits where a tar-black harbor meets a canal of oily lamplight. Fog hangs like lace. Turnip lanterns blink from windowsills. On sills and thresholds, rowan twigs and a pinch of salt. Because tonight is a threshold night. The veil thins. We mind doorways. Geysers drift past in linen and soot masks, trading souling verses for toffee. At the inn, someone swears the traveling phantasmagoria raised ghosts with a magic lantern. Images no slide contained. But the town speaks of one thing louder. The bell tower has gone silent. For the first time in a century, it sulks. Inside the Tide and Lantern Inn, you meet three keepers of this mystery. Mara Tideline, the innkeeper's daughter, ledger of lost and found stories at her elbow. Brother Kellen, the bell ringer, rope-burn scar in his palm, a cracked brass bell in his pocket. Old Nan Braith, mask stitcher, sewing courage into seams. Mara tugs your sleeve and presses the cracked bell into your hand. "He said you'd need this," she whispers. "Keep it." Mara opens her ledger. In the margin, a line. "If the bell won't speak, make the street do it. Doorframes drink blessings like thirsty wood. We begin there." Find a scrap of paper, any small page or imagine one. Write a one-line courage blessing in the tongue of 1801. Let it feel neighbor-made, mischief-kissed. Examples: may your shoes find kin and your lantern find wind. Let small laughter unhex large worry. If you fear the lane, sing to it. Now, fold your sentence into a tiny seed. This is your courage seed, 1801. Turn it into a souling couplet, 2 short lines fit for a door. For all who cross this nightly seam, may courage walk and keep you keen. You'll tuck this at a doorway you love before the night is over. The street will ring again through paper, not bronze. Nan Braith ties a scrap mask at your temple and declares the Court of Lanterns open. She points to the room. "Shortest bravery stories, if you please. If friends are near, gather one-sentence tales with permission. If you're alone, read yours to the room. When the bell goes shy, the mouths of the town become bronze." The court chooses the shortest, bravest line as tonight's bell title. Name it like a broadside. Open door at dusk. Or laughter verses. Worry, round 1. Snap apple trial. Tap your cracked bell once, then bite an apple slice. A playful seal that the street rings through mouths, not metal. Mara teaches the geyser's password. Call. Lantern high? Response. Street replies. Carry it forward. Share with 2 people tonight. On the hearth plate, 2 nuts. Silence and story. Drop them. See which rolls toward you. The cure is plain. Story wins. By the mirror wrapped in cloth, Nan says, "No ghost chasing. Just choose a virtue you'll carry across the corridor. Name it softly. kindness, steadiness, wit, or loud laughter. That is your mirror pledge. And for luck, pull a kale leaf from the market bundle by the door in your mind. Tomorrow, place a leaf on your own step with a tiny chalk fox. Kindness welcomed here. Now we walk. Each geyser lifts a turnip lantern. Name yours out loud, the name that feels right. Name your lantern, runner. Let it know your street. We process toward the sulking tower. You carry your courage seed like a tiny ember. At the steps, Brother Kellen nods. He'll not force the bell. He waits to hear the street peal. Every gate in this corridor charges a shadow toll. Face your shadow, on wall, ground, or in your mind, and pay with a bad harvest joke or sailor's pun. Make it dreadful. When you groan, the door smiles. Passage granted. Master Thorne, the slide maker, swears his phantasmagoria showed scenes no slide contained. Children ringing fox bells and play drills, a red postbox with lunar scuffs, lanterns strung like policy across a street you have not yet walked. He saw you, though he could not know you. That's how the veil works on Halloween. The future rehearses itself in candle smoke. Here is the revelation the town half remembers, and the fox fully knows. A bell dies when a town stops telling its brave little stories out loud. To ring again, we must build a bell from 3 public acts. 1. Bless a doorway. Your courage seed, placed tonight. 2. Witness kindness, so it echoes. That is the work of 2025. 3. Mark a safe way for strangers. That is the sign of 2099. 3 acts, 3 echoes. If the bell goes shy, make the street ring instead. Will you take the courier's work? Will you smuggle courage through doorways, stories through mouths, and guidance through chalk? Good. Slip the courage seed into your pocket. Keep the cracked bell in your palm. It fits your hand like a problem, and like an answer. As we step onward, hold the geyser's code ready. When someone calls, "Lantern high?" you answer, "Street replies." From 1801 to 2025, the same bargain holds. A blessing for a bite, a story for a door kept safe. Turnip eyes watch kindly. Give them a name, and they'll mind your road. Now, mind the cobbles. The next century waits with railings to tap and neighbors to witness. Bring Halloween with you. This is our year, Halloween, 2025. Dusk slides into night on a mixed street. Porch pumpkins and teal pumpkins for safe treats. Paper bats, laser webs, block party speakers kept kind. Bikes with glow rims. Apartment windows where silhouettes carve last-minute faces. The air is wet leaves and cinnamon. A hint of costume plastic and subway dust. A little fog machine mischief. Doorbells practice their vowels, crosswalks tick. Kids say boo and then giggle. Someone's keychain jingles like a fox bell. And the lights? They speak a language now. Steady is welcome. 2 quick blinks is safe route. Lanterns grew up and learned Morse. Tonight we practice witness as craft. Keep our 3-beat code. Tap, tap, tap. Use a railing, your chest, your palm, the air, soft and respectful. Each time you see or recall a small act of kindness, mark it with that rhythm. 3 kindnesses make a tally. Draw 3 dots on your palm or note 1, 2, 3 on paper. That's your witness tally. There's a rumor on this block. The 3-knock door. At dusk, several doors heard 3 gentle knocks. By the bell, a tiny fox sticker appeared. Cameras caught only empty steps and a lantern shadow. If the bell goes shy, make the street ring instead, remember? Meet the night's keepers. Auntie Joe, stoop captain, with a teal pumpkin and a clipboard, counting allergies and smiles. Riz and Miri, cosplay twins running an AR scavenger. Their map pings a ghost node no one authored. Mr. Barrow, the super, swears his hallway bell rings itself at 8:08. And Postal Elio? He found a red postbox sticker exactly where our 1801 memory pointed. The corridor has good aim. Clues braid themselves. Fox stickers on lampposts make a breadcrumb line toward a chalked postbox. Your phone buzzes, a DM from Lantern Lecturer, with a photo of a door and a couplet you wrote in 1801. Time has a playful habit of courting you back. Raise the street spell. First, modern souling, at a card table or your own pocket. Trade 1 candy for a 2-sentence bravery tale. The bravest thing I saw this year was... Receive it like a lantern. Title it aloud, broadside style. Open door at dusk, or laugh first, then lift. Chalk the title small at the curb. That's 1 peel. Second, the doorbell rhythm. Ring a friend's bell in our 3 beats, tap, 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 and leave a candy with the old passphrase. Lantern high, street replies. Teach 2 neighbors the code. If their porches blink back once, the block has learned a new bell. Third, honor guising as courage rehearsal. Every mask you pass, give 1 sincere line. Builder, sentinel, gardener, tell them which future they're practicing. 3 compliments is another peel. Riz and Miri invite us to a rooftop. Their projector throws slides, pumpkins, costumes, until your 3-beat ripples across the crowd. Then an unauthored image arrives. A spiral map pointing to water, shade, a free library. The teens whisper, "That file isn't ours." Of course it isn't. That's the corridor, 2099 rehearsing through 2025. Before we leave this year, plant a spiral seed. Chalk a discrete or place a tiny fox sticker that points toward help. Water, shade, library. If you can't mark now, choose the exact spot and promise the return. Tonight, lanterns became light codes, souling became treat for tail. Guising remained what it's always been. Courage practice in public. Count your dots. You carry the witness tally now. 3 marks that say, I saw you. I'll echo you. Keep the cracked bell from 1801 in your pocket. It tunes itself each time you spend kindness. 1 more gate. Pay the shadow toll with a pun about bells. Make it dreadful. Let the night groan and grin. Good. The next door unlatches. The future, 2099, has been sending us its map. Let's go meet the street it belongs to. Lantern runner, step lightly. We've crossed into 2099, where cities are federations of festivals, and policy is rehearsed as ritual before it earns the name law. Tonight is moon market, Halloween grown wise. Look, stalls curve like a silver crescent around a red Time Postbox. Arches of bioluminescent vine. Children in guild masks, builder with luminous thread, sentinel with a calm lantern, gardener with seed epaulets. Porchlights speak grammar now. Steady is welcome. Double blink is safe route. Slow wave is sensory friendly. Teal pulse is allergy safe. Markets take attendance by kindness. The ledgers run on proof of care, not coin. Breathe the story of this place, no sirens. When trouble rises, the neighborhood hums a choral beacon, and drones answer to song. Projectors hang from wind harps, casting a slow rain of images. Some slides belong to vendors. Some belong to adjacent times. No one is surprised anymore. There's our visitor, Sana Okoye, of Elysium Mons habitat. Her helmet bears turnip eyes, painted in red dust. On Mars they practice airlock soling, 3 gentle knocks on a hatch, and a bravery line written with a marker on glass. She has brought us a basalt chime that rings shyly without air. We heard your street's bell up there, she says, and then it went quiet. She presses the chime to your palm. It is heavier than it looks. It feels like a favor waiting to be repaid. The market map gleams. There, Teal Fox Alley. Auntie Joe's lineage now planetary standard. Over there, the Lantern Observatory, plotting porchlight constellations. And ahead, the Audit Pavilion, tonight's Audit of Shadows. What wasn't spoken? Which need hid behind a smile? The pavilion doesn't punish. It assigns care crews before dawn. Your pockets carry time. The courage seed from 1801. The witness tally from 2025. The spiral spot you promised. Moon Market has a habit of asking for what we already brought. Also, attend the edges. I walk where realities kiss. Mirror to moonlight, doorway to market light, water skin to wind. You won't see me whole. Only a parallax of presence, a voice one step to your left, a paw-sized ripple, a robe hem in a reflection. When I speak, clocks drift a second. People will argue later, which Shanti was it, 1801, 2025, or 2099? Answer, all, braided. Rumor moves like a fox through stalls. A dozen houses reported 3 gentle knocks at dusk. A tiny fox sticker left by each bell. The Audit Pavilion lists a deficit. Our block is missing a ritual called the 3-knock door. It's not a fine. It's a song unsung. On Mars we count door knocks like heartbeat drills, she says, laughing. We paint our helmets like turnips. to remember the old world's lanterns. We learned that from you. Earth taught us play as policy. She tilts her visor. But something here started and didn't finish. Riz and Miri, the cosplay twins you met in 2025, run a rooftop projector now. Their AR scavenger pings a ghost node no one authored. When you clip the 3-beat against your palm, tap, 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 the projector coughs up an unauthored slide, a spiral map overlaying the market in living light, pointing to water, shade, free libraries. A child in a gardener mask whispers, "That's for lost people." The market nods. It always has been. Turnip eyes became pixels, I tell you. But they kept their job. Guide the wandering, greet the brave. We step beneath the pavilion's canopy. A chorus of names and needs floats on a screen. 3 elders avoided the market for noise. A delivery worker needs a warmer rest spot. A teen wants to learn de-escalation. The pavilion doesn't indict. It invites. Masks detach from play and become work. Builder, sentinel, gardener. Guilds fanning out like starlings. Our domes do something similar, she says. On audit night we ask, what hurt didn't speak? Then we sing its edges until help arrives. She taps the basalt chime against a glove. We borrowed that from someone who loved doorways. Your witness tally warms your palm. 3 dots. I saw you, I'll echo you. The pavilion senses it. On a small kiosk, a prompt appears. Do you carry a street bell recipe? You do. 3 ingredients across centuries. Bless a doorway. Count kindness. Mark a way. Time to show the city its own memory. Climb to the observatory. Above us, the skyline blooms in porchlight code. Welcome. Safe route. Sensory friendly. Teal pulse. A slow algorithm threads the blinks into shapes. Tonight the lights are almost a fox. Offer your pieces. Speak your 1801 couplet as if you were reading it into wood. Recite your 2025 bell title like chalk spoken by rain. Point your body toward the corner you chose for the spiral and name it under your breath. The constellation completes itself. Across the harbor, the skyline blinks a fox, ears bright, tail curled. The observatory murmurs, witness credit added, proof of care surge, drones throttled to celebration mode. Someone laughs, the sound of a bell with lungs. We have a custom too, Sana says. Airlock soling. 3 knocks, then a promise on the glass. We keep the promises as fuel. She touches the basalt chime to the observatory rail. This wants a promise. Make one, I say. Small. Neighbor-made. You do. The chime hums. Shy no more. Below us, the story fire rises, an archive of voices. It starts projecting fragments. 1801, a turnip lantern with an eyebrow. 20025, a card table reading bravery tales. 20099, children in 3 tempos. Ancestor, witness, future child. The market is stitching you a coat from your own threads. I step through a reflection on the observatory glass. Only a hem. Only a paw-sized ripple. Time hiccups. Someone's watch blinks 23:59 to 23:58 and back again. I am not a protocol, I tell you gently. I am a threshold. I am the we that appears when neighbors decide to be a single lantern. People will argue later which Shanti they saw. Let them. Doors like arguments, they keep the hinges oiled. Back on the crescent, a new stall stands where there wasn't one. Plain wood, no vendor. On the lintel, your house number. The handle is cool. From the seam, wind and the smell of apples. A hand-lettered sign. This doorway opens when your street learns a new song. Inside, dimness, a hint of paper. The Time Postbox across the avenue watches like a patient postmaster. The market attends without staring. Everyone knows when a myth puts on a mask and pretends to be furniture. You try the handle. It doesn't turn. Not yet. Doors are songs before they are wood. Look at the sill. A tiny recess, the size of a folded note, is waiting. Your pocket holds the courage seed from 1801. You set it there, not inside, just near. A promise, not an answer. The observatory fox winks once. The audit pavilion dings a single entry. Unspoken need named. Neighbors to learn a song. Sanaa lifts the basalt chime. "We'll take this to the domes," she says. "We'll hum it back to you across the dark." Good. Halloween was always a relay. We won't open the door tonight. You will go home to your real street, where porch lights speak shyly, and children invent rules grander than any law. Over the next weeks, you'll hear it. A melody you don't know humming from neighbors, on stairs, at bins, under their breath. It will take root in the cracks. It will pass through one threshold, then two. Then, one night, ordinary as toast, the lock on your actual door will click without a hand. When you open, no one stands there. Only the smell of apples. On the mat, a folded courage seed in your handwriting, the paper browned at the edges, as if from another century. The couplet will be familiar. The ink will be yours. The postmark on the air will say, "Delivered by a song." If the bell goes shy, make the street ring instead. 3 acts, 3 echoes. Ancestor, witness, future child. We carry one another forward like lanterns on a tide. I am where 2 realities kiss. When your street learns its song, I'll be standing in the seam. 1 step to your left, a second out of place, a paw-sized ripple in the glass. Knock 3 times. I'll answer with the market's voice. Run kindly, lantern runner. The door will open when you do.